We we all wish we were the Batman suit. Which one of these Batman suits is it? None! None of them! They look more like... Show them, Demarcus.
Right here. That's it. Dark Knight Rises, Returns, Dark Knight Returns. There you go. And I couldn't be happier.
So what we're doing is a quick show, hopefully quick. Quick for Demarcus and I would be under 20 minutes, but we're going to try and make it even quicker than that. What we are talking about today, don't need to answer that phone, is they have revealed a black and white picture of Ben Affleck dressed, well, we assume it's Ben Affleck dressed in a Batsuit, and the back of a Batmobile yesterday and the actual Batmobile today. Well, the top of it. So, DeMarcus, give me your thoughts. What are you thinking?
Yeah, it was on Zack Snyder's Instagram, I think.
The Twitter, Instagram, some social thing, and then everybody, once someone puts it out, it's pretty much everywhere.
I like it, and I was definitely hoping for a follow up after just seeing the ass end of the Batmobile, because that was a little disappointing. I was a little disappointed at it, but overall I like it. The Dark Knight Returns suit is my favorite, probably one of my favorite Batman suits. I hope, I'm sure it's just a black and white picture, but I really hope that it's not one like one color, but I'm sure it is, and I'm sure it is. I'm definitely glad they, even though I've always kind of wanted Batman with a tactical look. I think in the Nolan movies, it was a little almost too generic. Like anybody could throw that suit on, and I don't know. And the bat symbol kind of got lost in it. The bat symbol wasn't really spectacular. So.
Yeah, I think a lot of that comes from the whole he's got to be in black. He blends in the shadows. Let's make everything black.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you unless there was a close up on his chest, you must be Batman. You keep saying it.
Yeah. Yeah, and it just, I don't know, it was almost a little too realistic, and especially putting him in a movie, up against, that Superman, they needed a suit that works well visually, works well with it, so, and damn, Ben Affleck is huge.
Well, that was the thing I laughed at, I think I mentioned to you before, is it's here they make Ben Affleck, he starts getting into shape, he's probably just huge, and then they give him the suit, and it's pretty obvious that suit is also molded muscle. It's not just a leather suit. I mean, sorry, it doesn't matter how ripped you are, you can't see the rib cage side abs through your suit. So it's obviously sculpted, which is fine. I kind of agree with you. I mean, as much as I liked the Nolan films, I liked the very first costume. I understood the utilitarian of the Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises costumes, but I always felt the whole all black, I kind of was I mean,
yeah.
To me, the problem is the darker you make his costume, the more ridiculous he looks in the day.
Yeah.
And when Batman, at the end, when he's walking down the street with the cops, it just looks like, why are you in all that black?
Yeah.
Really. Yeah, because all black.
Works as an action figure, but.
Yeah, but then I think this is the color scheme that. It's black and white, but I'm sure they're gonna stick with black, even though they'll have the oval. But for me personally, I'm a huge. This. We're not even talking about. I'm a huge fan of Neil Adams' Batman. So this color scheme, even though it's kind of. This it's a little kid's toy. My son's toy, but I love the gray and the blue. Granted, it should be a darker shade of blue. See that? Look how happy Batman is. This is Batman because he's actually being a hero. The kids don't know that his parents died. That's why he's smiling. Anyway, but yeah, I think that's my two things is you made him beef up, but yet you gave him a suit that made him look big anyway. Whatever. I guess he just has to be in shape to pick things up. And then the other part of it is I really wish the photograph was in color. I really want to know the color scheme. But overall, I thought the suit, like you said, Superman's suit is kind of like a similar kind of thing. He's going to be matching Superman. I mean, just like, 52 here, Superman's is kind of armored, so everybody else is armor. In
Yeah.
this, Superman's kind of setting the tone for this cinematic universe, so it does make sense that Batman kind of has that more, you know, full, kind of the sleek costume more than the military translated uh, gear.
It's going to be really interesting. Well, it has to be in black and white because he's got to tease us. I mean, they've got to string us along, but oh my God, 2 years of this.
I know, that's my thing. Is like I'm not like, it's neat that they show me the picture, but I'm not pumped or excited. Like, it's just kind of like, here, look at this picture. 2 years from now, you get to see it. Like, okay, thanks.
Yeah, May 2016. I mean, we're just barely a hair under 2 years.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Just once again, yeah, you spoke about it, I think, in one of your previous videos, like this far ahead, I think, of the movie coming out. With the internet, we don't need that much of lead time before a movie. Tell us maybe a year in advance, but 2 years, wow. And especially with this, I mean, it's. Oh, you know what? I really want to get into all.
Well, let me get on something real quick.
Okay.
Saying that with the internet, it's like, you're right. Back when Wizard was the only way we got information about comic book stuff.
Yes.
Like telling, hey, revealing this picture, and then 3 months later, in July or September, Wizard comes out. Oh my gosh, look at Batman's outfit. We've only got 20 months to wait. Now it's like instantaneous. Look at the picture. Literally, I'm on my laptop, and there's a message that's like, Batman's suit. I'm like, oh, it's out. So I know exactly where to go. I go to Facebook. Someone's gonna post it, and then sure enough, I saw it on Facebook. I'm like, hey, cool. And then not even an hour later, my buddy Sergio, boosh, here's the picture. Look at the costume. So it was like, yeah, it's just instantaneous. Everybody's gonna have access to them.
Yeah, I mean, well, you said it. But yeah, it's just too long, man. But I mean, we have a lot of reveals because there's a hell of a lot of characters in this movie apparently. So we still have Wonder Woman. We still got Cyborg. We still have Eisenberg is Lex Luthor. Oh, and
yeah, and so what you're saying is they're going to release a costume every 6 months.
yeah. Well, I don't know. Zack Snyder, man. He's not really traditional, so he might just I don't want to use that term. That's a little gross. But he's probably gonna just kind of spill it, too early too early on. So.
Well, I guess if you think about it, if the movie's being released in 2016, right? 2016, is that 2 years? Yeah, it says 24, 2 years from now. So in theory, a teaser or trailer will come out next summer.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Now, it'll be attached to a Marvel film. But it'll be out next year. So I guess in theory, if he reveals a costume a quarter before the teaser, then, because the teaser, they're not going to just tease like the symbol and another symbol.
Yeah.
Just to keep everybody psyched, the teaser's going to end with as many costume characters in a shot as possible, even though it may be the last 2 seconds of Batman vs. Superman to lead in the Justice League in 2017. They're going to try and do that in the teaser. They'd be dumb not to.
Yeah, I'm thinking for the rest of this year, it's going to be pictures. Definitely going to be some behind-the-scenes stuff. We might get some video, but I think it's going to be a behind-the-scenes stuff. I think, I'm thinking Ben Affleck in action, maybe. Batmobile driving down the street, something like that. But like you said, next year, definitely a teaser.
Well, speaking of that, we haven't even touched that. What do you think of the Batmobile? I mean, we still technically haven't seen the whole entire thing. I don't know if the thing has headlights, but I mean, we've seen 2 pictures. What do you think?
Batmobile. I like it, from what I've seen. I like it more than the Tumbler because I didn't really like the Tumbler. I like the sleek, the sleek sports car. Basically, I like the 1989 Batmobile. I hate all the other Batmobiles. Well, I can't say I hate all of them. I kind of like the Superpowers animated one, the blue one. But I like this one. I think the days of the sports, the barely modified sports car Batmobile are long behind us. It seems like it definitely took its cues from the Arkham games. I definitely think it took its cues from the Arkham games. So, and I think it fits with that Man of Steel universe too.
Yeah, and yeah, I think you're right because I was actually when you talk about how they just showed the back of it. I remember when they first revealed the picture of the tumbler. That was what they did. They just showed the back end of it.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's kind of interesting that even though they're rebooting Batman, they're still. I'm over here playing with these figures while you're talking, but I mean they're still kind of still hitting the same kind of beats that they did with that. So I think I mean, it's a Batmobile. Even the crappy Batmobiles from like Batman and Robin were still cool. You
yeah.
know, it's a Batmobile, but it does look kind of sleek. It's low. It's kind of got that. But I think you're right. That like getting a Ferrari and putting a bat symbol on the hood
And some
and readjusting the spoiler to have bat wings.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
no one's gonna go for that. I mean, let him drive the Ferrari around when he's Bruce Wayne. But give him a completely original, a critical original vehicle where there's no mistake in like one, he had to have built it, and two, that it's the Batmobile.
Yeah. My thing, everyone so quick when this thing, they saw this one picture. Okay, it looks good. It looks good. I give them that. And it's this Christopher Nolan bash fest all of a sudden. Like Batman and Robin doesn't exist. Some of the screw ups of the old movies didn't happen. I don't really want to get all into that, but it's like, come on, man. The Nolan movies have their place. Let's be honest. We wouldn't be here with Batman in the Superman movie. We wouldn't be at the Superman movie, Man of Steel, without the Nolan films. So I mean, it's kind of stupid. I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion, but all the hating going on and on, like take that bill and all that crap. Come on, get real.
Well, and I think what it is, honestly, is that to me, with the Nolan films, that really is the first time someone took Batman and just didn't even bother trying to do like, all right, I'm gonna make a comic book movie of Batman. Someone
Yeah.
just said, I'm gonna do a realistic movie with Batman. Because I mean, you could really, literally just have called that guy Shadow Runner or Shadow Cape Man and
Yeah.
done the exact same story, and everybody would have liked those movies. I mean, it wouldn't have done what it did. I mean, the Batman name definitely brings something. So I think that the comic book fans, which is 4 or 5% of the film-going audience, and half of them hated it, so 2.5% of everybody going to see movies hated the Nolan stuff. And I think that's what it is that because it kind of took away that whole fantasy of Batman and just grounded it so much in reality that there are a lot of comic book fans like, I love Batman to death. Christian Bale as Batman isn't going to outrun the Omega beams from Darkseid.
No.
But Batman and Justice League Unlimited, you can dodge them all, every single day. And I think it's a good series of movies. I stick by Dark Knight, and my top 10 still #1 comic book film of all time. But there was a certain amount of reality to them that does kind of eliminate almost every bit of fantasy. I mean, really, honestly, the only bit of fantasy in all those movies was the fact that he could kind of glide with that cape.
Yeah. Yeah. I think those were just a little too real, and I think I would say those that movie was made for fans like me who was like, okay, who were like, I really want a realistic Batman, but he made it a little too real. I'm gonna just go out on a limb and say it. There has not been a definitive Batman movie yet. One that balances that comic action with the realism. Because
Yeah.
I think the realism definitely needs to be there because he's an unpowered guy in a suit with a bunch of gadgets. So you need a little bit of realism. Because technically he's just a street hero.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's the thing too is that some of what makes Batman really, really cool, and if you haven't seen Justice League War, the cartoon, go see it. I mean, granted, it's based on 52, but having Batman, a normal human being, look at Green Lantern and basically tell him he's doing it wrong is what makes Batman so cool.
Yeah.
So you kind of lose some of his appeal and his coolness when he's all by himself because, yeah, I mean, he's kind of a prick when he tells Commissioner Gordon, well, you're not doing it, I can do it.
Yeah.
Like, well, thanks, man, breaking the law. Sorry that my job makes me stay within the boundaries of the law, But I think that's the thing is when you see him interacting with all these people who could literally, Superman, flick his head and it explodes, but yet he's sitting there talking smack to his face and telling him, like, get over it, Clark. We get it. Apocalypse, blah, blah, and then Clark says, you're right, Batman. And I think that's what we're all excited about is seeing him do that to Henry Cavill as Superman is going to be really cool, but you don't get that in the Nolan universe.
And fans, please don't start talking about Captain America better watch his back because this is just a picture. I think this movie will do pretty solid numbers just because it is an event. First time we see Batman and Superman together on screen, live action. I think it's gonna do well because this is DC's first movie doing something like this. But let's not get crazy. I know we're a little high, a little loopy off of this picture that Affleck doesn't suck visually as much as some of us thought he would, but let's not get crazy here. It's
yeah, and that's the thing too is I think that there's this. I know Marvel and DC have this competition with each other in a way. I wouldn't even say that, and this is what I'm gonna touch it a little bit. I almost started the last show, but I'm gonna touch it a little bit today. Here's the thing.
Here we go.
We're never going to get more comic book movies till DC steps it out. Because here's the thing. Hellboy did okay, but not great.
Yeah.
Kick-Ass did good, but not great. So far, the Marvel Studios movies have done all really, really well. I'm not saying all of them were great. I'm talking about financial success. I'm not talking about quality of the film. We can argue quality of films all day. I'm going to just say, with the Marvel movies, the Marvel Studios movies, none of them were crap. Not all of them are great. They all bounce from pretty good to really awesome. Mm-hmm. Whereas with like these DC films, they kind of go, definitely, some that are kind of blah. Yeah. And some that are good. And my point is that until DC starts doing like a Batman movie that works, a Green Lantern movie that works, a Superman movie, and Aquaman and Wonder Woman, when they've got more of their properties going, then you're going to start seeing other studios say, well, Marvel's not going to let us have any more, and Sony and Fox aren't going to sell Spider-Man X-Men. Where else can we go? And I think that's when you see people dipping into the Image characters, the Dark Horse characters. We start getting, who knows, like a Torch of Liberty, movie, or an Invincible movie, or a Savage Dragon movie, like we discussed last time. I think that was what I was trying to say the other day, is until both Marvel and DC are banging on full cylinders, having all their characters in movies, nobody else is going to reach out to the other comic books to make movies. Maybe TV shows, since, the TV shows seem to be booming. I mean, every single pilot that was a comic book based got picked up, and every comic book TV show got renewed.
Yep.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Arrow got renewed. Flash, Constantine, Agent Carter, and Gotham all got picked up.
Oh, Constantine looks dope, but we can't get into that. Have you seen that trailer?
Yeah, of course I saw the Constantine trailer. I thought it looked pretty cool. I mean, I'm not saying the Keanu Reeves movie was bad. I enjoyed it, but I mean, I've read a couple of comics, and this actually looks more like what the character is like. Not all dark and stoic, but more kind of cocky.
He's blonde. Like he's actually blonde, and he actually has an accent, and
the proper cape and the proper coat.
It doesn't look like Neo's like messing around in a simulator.
Yeah, exactly.
I
What I
don't know.
mean, I think all like the Gotham trailer. I kind of.
Uh,
I think it would have been to me. I think it would have been a stronger show if they just didn't bother with any of the Batman. Just tell Gordon's story.
it's something that no one was asking for, but it could be an interesting story because I liked in Batman Year One when they did when they gave you a little more of Gordon. I was like, you know what, he does have a story, and you gotta wonder why would he depend on a vigilante and be so cool, be so cool about it. So yeah, I mean that aspect I like about Gotham, but yeah, putting Selina in there, putting young Bruce and Alfred, no, that's not necessary. We
Yeah,
can,
because all that's going to happen is everyone's going to cry and moan for the 10 seasons of the show until he's Batman, and he'll be Batman for the last like 6 frames of the show, and then it'll be over, and everyone will bitch about it for years and years. That Smallville, he was never Superman. Duh, it's called Smallville. Anyway, sorry,
yeah,
I went a little weird.
no bats, no cats.
Yeah, exactly. No bats, no cats, no capes, no cowl, whatever.
So
I think it'll be okay. I mean, I'll check it out. I'm looking forward to the Flash show. I still need to go watch the Green Arrow shows where he appears. I'm looking forward to the Flash show, but I have not. I still have yet to go back to the Arrow. I just couldn't.
I loved episode 1 of Arrow. I still have not been able to just sit down and watch it because I don't know. I guess I'm in a different place. I just don't want an actioner. I want something a little more. And I think Arrow does have that. I don't know. Green Arrow he's a cool character, but I don't want to say that because I don't want your video to get a bunch of thumbs downs. Okay, I'm gonna say it. He's kind of Batman light. Okay, so
Yeah. Well, whatever. But I'm. You know what I want to see? Because I'm almost done with Batman Brave and the Bold.
you wanna watch Agent Carter?
I
Woo!
want that version of Aquaman to get his own show.
Uh,
That would be awesome because he is outrageous.
oh my god, dude. Aquaman never. Well, have you seen Mercy Reef? That was a pretty good. That was the best thing. That's the best. I won't say best take on Aquaman, but that was probably the best way they could have brought it to live action, and it didn't get picked up for a series.
It could be a cartoon. It could be a car. It could just be that same voice actor, that same drawing. Use him, give him Aquaman and his outrageous adventures, and just have him go do what he was doing in that show. I look forward to Aquaman showing up in Batman Brave and the Bold. I thought it was just classic. The only thing that was probably the better than that as far as characters is when Wonder Woman show up and they redid the Wonder Woman thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So, all
I'm
right,
not.
well we're about to tangent so bad.
I was gonna take it back. I was gonna say I'm not looking forward to Aquaman appearing in Man of Steel Justice League.
Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. All right.
Back.
So maybe another episode we will do a thing about more TV. Conclusion: I thought the Batman costume was okay, but I want to see the color scheme. The
Yeah.
Batmobile looks pretty cool, but again, still haven't seen the whole thing. I want to say my reaction to it right now is lukewarm until I see the actual colors. You?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much the same thing. Bale haters, anybody else haters, don't get crazy with it. This is still pretty early in the game, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to that color scheme because I want it to be gray so that symbol can pop out because the point of that symbol is that it's armored and it's supposed to draw your attention to it. So
Yeah.
so it needs to. But all in all, it looks really good. Can't wait to see more over the next 2 years.
Yeah. Well, maybe just a year before we see a trailer. Anyway, all right. Well, before I sign off, let me say that the next episode of Fanboy JunKtion, Chris Benthal, you have asked me to cast a Driz Doradin film, so I will do that
Oh,
next show. Demarcus, go ahead and give us a sign off.
this guy, he's casting this guy. Creo.
Yeah, I'm going to use that in my next show.
But all right, it's been fun. Hey, Batman's looking good. Thanks for watching. Always a pleasure to do this show.
All right, brother. Thanks a lot. Everybody, thank you for watching. Comment below. And a single bit last. I had to right before we started doing this, my wife saw that Channing Tatum was cast as Gambit, and she's furious. So she's got Cajun blood. She's not down with it. So what I want you guys to do, comment below, tag my wife in it, and say, be on the next episode of the show so we can hear you talk about Channing Tatum being Gambit.
Very.
It's been announced. I think, is it official that he's going to be him?
That's what they said. What Schuler Donner, whatever the name is, Lauren.
All right. So allegedly, officially, he's going to be Gambit. My wife is furious. You guys tell her she needs to be on the show, and she will talk about it. And we'll both talk about it. Maybe,
Yeah.
And maybe because it's her, it'll be 5 minutes instead of 25 like we're doing now. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Again, comment below. Demarcus, check you later. If you want custom figures, go to Demarcus' page. $3,000. He'll make any figure you want.
Wow.
All right, guys. You have a nice one. See you later.
Later.